Hello, Marnie here, and today we are checking out the only Wuthering Waves echo guide you'll ever need. I mentioned it in the last video. I should look up what echoes are, and yeah, Shinya also had a video, so yeah, seems perfect. I will trust your title on this one, and yeah, if you want to check it out directly, you want to subscribe to him or any of that good stuff, I have a link in the description. But I'm just gonna jump in. I still don't know what echoes are, so I figured this is something I should look up. Probably gonna do at least a couple more videos like this, checking a few things out. Still want to keep most things fresh for myself in terms of the world and everything, but yeah, good to learn about a few mechanical things. So yeah, well, jump in, see what's what. Hope for the best. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you're doing well.
Greetings, Rovers. I've noticed a ton of confusion
Greetings.
in my Discord and in YouTube comments lately regarding how exactly echoes work in Wuthering Waves. Today I'm going to do a quick crash course for you guys so you all have a better understanding and a fundamental grasp on the concept.
Yeah, I feel like this is very necessary because I did find it weird, and maybe there's just other ways that I should have learned it, but like, you have the pre-register event going on with them at the moment, but there's nowhere there that actually kind of covers what they are.
Understand it seems intimidating at first, with all the various differing verbiages and whatnot, but I promise you it's very, very, very simple, and in this guide I'm going to treat you like 5-year-olds, that way everyone can understand it. Did you guys know that I'm currently running a subscriber giveaway? I'm giving away $100 on the release of Wuthering Waves to a random subscriber. All you gotta do is hit that subscribe button to be entered. I'll be pulling it on May 22nd for the release of Wuthering Waves. Good luck. Alright, so let's jump into it. Echoes ultimately can be seen as gear you equip to your character, such as relics and artifacts from Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail.
Okay, so they are like gear essentially. Because I speculated in the last one, I didn't know if they were like a monster you could like summon, or if it was like just gear, a gear type thing you equip. But then they seem to be a monster, so yeah. Anyway.
You can obtain echoes by defeating monsters and bosses out in the world and have a chance to absorb them once defeated. This chance scales based on your databank, which increases levels based on how many unique echoes you have previously captured. This encourages you to go out and farm and collect as many echoes and rarities as possible in order to regularly have a chance to catch those 5-star echoes. What is a 5-star echoes? Well, echoes, upon being captured, all come in a specific rank. Again, as I mentioned earlier, you will not be able to catch higher rank echoes until you level up your databank, which means you will need to do some initial farming to actually be able to catch high-end echoes. So the ranks that I just talked about being 2, which are designated as green, and can only level up to level 10. These level 2 echoes can only have 0 substats, which means leveling them up, you will not gain any substats, you will only increase the main stat. Level
I assume like the one rank 5 one you can get from the pre-register event's probably pretty good for a while then, as long as you pick a decent one.
3, which are designated as blue and can only level up to level 15. These can have 3 substats, 5 per level. 4, which are designated as purple and can only level up to a maximum level of 20, can have 4 substats. And you guessed it, level 5, which are designated as gold and can level up to a maximum level of 25. These can have 5 substats and is the high end of all the echoes that you will be looking to farm. As I mentioned earlier, as echoes level up, their main stat increases, and every 5 levels gain a new substat. This
I assume that means the ones we get from the pre-register event will be level 1. Okay.
all depends on the Echo class, which we will get into next. So there are 4 Echo classes. Commons, which cost 1, Elite, which cost 3, Overlord, which cost 4, and Calamity, which also cost 4. There are a total of 5 Echo slots on your character, and you can only have a maximum cost of Echoes up to 10 to begin with, although once you have upgraded your databank sufficiently enough, you can have a cost of 12.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize you'd be able to equip multiple. Okay.
So this basically means that once you have leveled up your databank high enough to have a cost of 12 echoes to be associated on your character, it's just basic math at that point, which means you could have something like 4 3-star echoes or 4, 8, 12 to max out on your echo slots. Although if you did something like that, you would be majorly gimping yourself, as you would not be taking advantage of the 4 set bonuses that echoes provide. So realistically, unless something major changes with how the ecosystem works, or there's any any significant nerfs or buffs, you're going to be wanting to run a 4-cost Echo, a 3, a 3, a 1, and a 1. This gives you up to the cap of 12 and also gives you 5 Echoes to gain stats and substats from. Obviously, this will also unlock the 2-set bonus, assuming you have put specific Echoes with the specific bonuses that match together. So the first Echo slot on your character is what's called your active Echo slot. Each Echo has a unique attack, ability, or buff, which can be used to enhance your in-combat experience. The order of the rest does not matter. Each Echo has 2 primary stats and up to 5 substats. The possible primary stats are, for common class, HP percentage, attack percentage, defense percentage. For the elite class, HP percentage, attack percentage, defense percentage, energy regen percentage, or an elemental damage boost. Keep it.
So it seems like there'll be a lot of combinations, but all in all, Echoes are pretty straightforward then. I don't know, I feel like in some way this should have been covered on the website, but I don't know, because it's a pre-register event. It's for people who haven't necessarily played. And I just, figured, well, it's a pre-register thing, there's rankings, you want something. But yeah, had no idea what they were.
Keep in mind, this is not a flat all elemental damage boost. It will have to pick from one of the elements, and you will not be receiving all of them. So it will be one specific elemental damage boost. Next up, we have the Overlord and Calamity class, which both have complete overlap with HP percentage, attack percentage, defense percentage, crit rate percentage, crit damage percentage, or healing bonus percentage.
Oh yeah, because it was the ones that cost 4. I'm pretty sure in the pre-register, unless I missed one, the highest cost one there is a 3. So I guess the higher rank ones aren't part of the pre-register. The best you can get is was it Elite that costs 3? And a rank 5? Okay.
So as the Overlord and Calamity class are
Yeah, Overlord and Calamity class. So I guess those aren't a part of the pre-register.
the only one that could have the crit rate percentage or the crit damage percentage. Depending on your character, you will most likely want the crit rate percentage or the crit damage percentage on the vast majority of DPS in the game. And when it comes to the secondary stats, depending on the Echo class, you're looking at, for the common class has a flat HP secondary stat, elite class has the flat attack, and again, Overlord and Calamity both share the same with a flat attack. This is not a percentage. This is a flat number. Echo substats are randomly generated every time you upgrade it by 5 levels, and the substats can be the same as main stats. The list of possible substats are flat HP, flat attack, flat defense, HP percentage, attack percentage, defense percentage, crit rate percentage, crit damage percentage, basic attack damage bonus percentage, heavy attack damage bonus percentage, resonance skill damage bonus percentage, or resonance liberation damage bonus percentage. When Echoes are leveled up, the main or primary stat bonus increases with each level. Alright, so the next mechanic we have is tuning. Tuning
I guess there's going to be, quite a bit of potential min-maxing, like with leveling them up. Okay.
is what actually allows you to unlock the substats on the Echoes. Again, every 5 levels, the Echo gets you a new sub-slot, depending on the rarity, up to a cap for Legendary at 25 for 5 total sub-slots. You should only be using your tuning materials on Echoes that rolled the perfect main stat, as tuning materials will be relatively scarce. Alright, so again, this is another system that sounds more confusing than it actually is. Unlike games like Honkai Star Rail, that you automatically get the substats when you level up your item, in Wuthering Waves, you will actually have to use an item to unlock the substat. So when you put 5 levels into it, you do not immediately get that substat unlocked. You will have to use a tuning item, which depends on the rarity level of the Echo, and they all have different items to use depending on the rarities. And just to emphasize this once more, this puts a huge focus on only tuning the Echoes that have the perfect main stat you want to use. That way you are not wasting materials.
It's making me think of what I learned in the last video with like just leveling up in general. Seems like unless I run into problems for a while, I'm really going to want to just be playing and experimenting and leveling up as little as possible. Because I mean, long term, it's probably not that much waste, but you still waste any that you're going to, you play a character for just a couple weeks, then you completely move off it forever. You've probably wasted a fair bit type of thing if you're leveling up, so... yeah, I might want to avoid leveling up, it seems, and doing that and skills and pretty much anything that's going to cost materials. I'm probably best avoiding as much as possible. I guess it depends. Like, I might find, I don't know. Yeah, it might be something to learn like sooner than later. Just definitely have to play around a bit, I think. Because I don't know, I am the type of person who, like, I don't like I don't care that much about min-maxing, but I also don't like wasting, so yeah.
Is these materials will more than likely be scarce, and you will probably only get a certain amount of them per week for playing the game. Alright, so next up, how exactly does collecting echoes work? So collecting echoes is akin to catching Pokemon, but in this case, every time you defeat an enemy, it has a chance to leave behind its soul, in which you could absorb it, or in Pokemon terms, catch it. The drop rate and rarity of the echo depends on your databank level. The drop rate for echoes starts at a 10% chance, although levels up to 20% once you level up your databank further enough. Enemies reset daily, although you can visit your friend's world to farm their monsters as well. Loot and co-op is personal, so every player in the world has a chance to get the echo on kill. You could essentially farm infinitely. Echoes will reset in everyone's world during the daily reset, which the time will vary from region to region. If I had to guess for the US players, our reset will happen somewhere between the midnight and 4 a.m. time frame. So
Yeah, wait, I wonder what my reset time will be. Because I'm in Australia, going to be playing on SEA servers. Huh.
what if you don't have friends? Well, luckily for you, I have a huge community of echo farmers over on my Discord who will be running constant echo hunting events for every single region. Come on over to discord.gg/lolshinya or click the link below to come on by. I'm also running a 15 battle pass giveaway over there for the release of Wuthering Waves and drawing it on May 22nd live over on my Twitch. I hope to see you there. Alright, so next we have the databank, and think of this as your Pokedex, but it levels up. Your echo drop rate starts at 10% and goes up to a maximum of 20% at level 10. Your max absorb rarity, meaning the rarity of the echoes that you can catch, starts at rank 2 and goes up to rank 5 at databank level 15. You can...
I mean, I was going to say, like, 10% sounds pretty good to me anyway. So I guess maybe with some monsters, there's going to be very few of them, so it could take a while. And I guess if they're bosses, yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know. 10% to me sounds like pretty good. 20% sounds better, obviously. I just mean, if 10% is like a baseline, like, that doesn't sound so bad.
Only obtain echoes one rank below your cap, meaning if your cap is rank 4, the lowest you can receive is rank 3. That way you're not able to catch any garbage once you get your rarity up to level 5, as you can only catch downwards of level 4. This means
Oh, that's cool.
no rank 3 or rank 2 monsters will be able to be captured once you get to a specific level. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention, echoes are going to have shiny variants, which don't do anything for you combat and are strictly aesthetic, but I know how crazy you Pokemon shiny hunters are out there, and I know you guys are going to be obsessed with this.
Oh god. That's interesting.
And to reiterate, even though I said it earlier, you start with a 10 echo cost limit, but this goes up to 12 at databank level 9. This will be extremely important, as unlocking all of those 5 slots to put all of your echoes in will be the vast majority of your power on your character. Collecting unique echoes and rarities is how you're actually going to level up your databank. And finally, within the databank, we have the Sonata Gallery, which shows all the set effects of all the echoes and which echoes can have which set effects. Not all echoes can have each different set effect. Only specific echoes will have specific set effects, which means you can focus on the echoes you want to farm for specific set effects. Each set has its own personal element, as well as healing, energy regen, and flat attack, for a total of 9 different set effects. And the following set effects are currently in Wuthering Waves. We have the Glacio set effect, Freezing Frost. 2 set increases Glacio damage by 10%, 5% increases Glacio damage after using a basic or heavy attack. For Fusion, we have Molten Rift, which increases Fusion damage by 10%, and after using a Resonance skill at 5 set, increases Fusion damage by 30%. Next up, we have the Electro set, Void Thunder, which increases Electro damage by 10%, and for the 5 set, after using a heavy attack or Resonance skill, the Electro damage is increased by 15%, and it can be stacked twice for 30%. Next up, we have the Arrow set, Sierra Glare, increases arrow damage by 10% on 2 set, and for the 5 set, when using the intro skill, arrow damage increases by 30%. Next up, we have the Spectro set, Celestial Light. 2 set increases Spectro damage by 10%. The 5 set, when using intro, increases Spectro damage by 30%. We have Havoc Eclipse. 2 set increases Havoc damage by 10%, and the 5 set, after using a basic or heavy attack, increases Havoc damage by 7.5%, stacking up to 4 times. And finally, for the non-specific elements, we have Rejuvenating Glow, which the 2 set increases healing bonus by 10%, and the 5 set, using the outro skill, the attack of the entire team is increased by 15%. Next up, we have Moonlit Clouds, which is the energy regen set. 2 set gives a 10% energy regen increase, and and the 5 set after using the outro skill. The next Resonator on the field gets a 22.5% increase in attack. And last but not least, we have the pure attack percentage Endless Resonance, where the 2 set increases attack by 10%, and the 5 set when on the field, attack increases by 5% every 1.5 seconds, stacking up to 4 times. So at the end of the day, Echo farming will be the true endgame of Wuthering Waves.
Yeah, I mean, I like what I'm hearing overall. I wasn't expecting kind of that, like being... It sounds like it's a lot more significant than I realized, even at the start of the video, in terms of how much power you get from them. But I like the system I'm hearing overall. Like, it all around sounds good. Doesn't, like, necessarily sound tedious or anything to grind, or... And obviously the grind is well worth it and stuff. I don't know, yeah, the ecosystem sounds pretty good.
And I foresee people spending dozens upon dozens of hours farming echoes to get the perfect substats. Please play responsibly, as this game isn't going anywhere. I obviously cannot control your own personal enjoyment out of the game, but I would advise attempting to min-max every single aspect of it. You're just gonna burn yourself out. And that's it. You're now a master of Pokemon. I mean echoes and Wuthering Waves.
Yeah, alright. Good stuff. I think that covers it. That pretty much covers everything I need to know, yeah. Yeah, I mean, the system overall, like, sounds good. I like the idea of the leveling up the data bank and stuff. It sounds like, if I'm understanding correctly, you kind of do get rewarded for collecting more of them in general, even if you're not going to be using them. Like, that helps level up the data bank. Yeah, I'd be curious to see, like, what it's like to actually get them, because like I said, like, the 10% base to me sounds pretty good. It also doesn't seem like there's a big range. I mean, maybe it takes a lot to unlock them. But it seems odd that you start off with 10 slot points, but it only maxes out at 12. So there isn't like a lot of room to upgrade there, but maybe those last 2 actually take quite a bit to unlock, and it's, you know, well worth it type of thing. I mean, I'm sure it's worth it. I just mean, even though it's only a couple difference, maybe it's more significant than it sounds. I guess I just thought, like, with a system like that, maybe it'd be, you know, more like start at 6 and go to 12 or something, you know, like more room for upgrades, but yeah. Oh, either way, overall sounds pretty good. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. I'll have linked this in the description if you want to check this video, his channel out, any of that giveaway stuff you mentioned, you know, any of that good stuff. And yeah, I don't know if I'll be watching any other videos or anything yet. I'll probably have a think on if there's anything specific I want to know. Said for the most part, like I want to dive in pretty much knowing as little as possible when it comes to the world and a lot of that stuff, but it's good to understand a bit on the mechanical side, so not just stumbling around and all that. And yeah, I've got to say it in the first video, but I will be streaming launch day, hopefully going for quite a long stream, depending on where I can start, somewhere like 8 to 12 hours, and I'll probably do a few days in a row like that, so should be good. Maybe longer if I can pull it off, we'll have to see. But yeah, well, thank you for watching. Hope you have a good rest of your day. And I'll see you in something else soon. Bye-bye.